Hello, Terrell here. This is the very first official live cast. If you look at the page, it says WIC live cast because originally the name of everything that I'm doing is Winning College, so WIC live cast. But the name of this program is the Office Hours live cast. So I already sort of had the Winning College name already, so that's why the page extension is that. But this is the Office Hours live cast program. Now I'm gonna jump directly into it because we only have 30 minutes today, and I hope you can see me if I'm not too dark. Hold on, I want to adjust something for y'all because I think it's important that you all are able to see me. Now, like I said, for this first session, basically, let me give you an overview. I know that I've been talking to many of you who join in this this beta program of the Office Hours Livecast, and specifically what it is a program that I'm gonna be doing once a week, every Sunday, and each and every Sunday we're gonna train on a different topic. Each time it might be anything from how to get your resume up to how to make sure that that you're continuously getting your grades up, how to raise your grades. So I'm gonna give you specific things that you need to know. It could be study hacks. It could be, hey, what you got to do to network and get out into the industry. And a majority of the things that I'm gonna talk about each week are really gonna be the things that you will find important. So that is gonna be the theme of a lot of what I'm gonna talk about. And if I don't specifically cover something that you either that hasn't been on your mind, you can ask any questions at the end of the live cast, each and every live session that we have each week. So every Sunday, we're going to do the live session, and it's going to be for about 30 minutes. Now, why is it important to even join these live casts? Well, it's important to do that because in order to, I want you to think about it this, and if you saw the email, this would be a good way to put it for you. These live sessions is like the GPS of college. And what that means is if you drive, you understand what a GPS is. And you understand that every time you make a wrong turn or you go a different direction, it recalculates and it puts you back on the path in order to get you to your goal, right? Put you back on the quickest path. So that's exactly what these live sessions are. So no matter what you're going through, you might have slipped up, test, exam, you might be seeing right now, get ready to graduate, but you're not really sure what profession you want to go into, what career you want to go into. So how do you recalculate your life and be able to get yourself back on that track that you need to do in order to be successful? Whatever your goal is, grades, get into the career you want, join a fraternity, sorority, whatever the case is. So that is specifically what we are going to learn today. So got a little bit of notes here, make sure that I'm staying on track because 30 minutes goes very quick, and I want to make sure that I give you as much value as I can as possible. So for those who are not completely familiar with my story, I am from New York. Went to school, did my bachelor's and my master's at Virginia State University. I was lucky enough to even get into school because the environment that I grew up around did not promote college at all. So, I was running with the wrong crowds, fighting, doing a lot of things that could have landed me in jail and landed me or landed me in a cemetery. So I'm glad that I was able to make it to college. But when I got to college, it wasn't all just peaches and cream. I still had to try to figure some things out and see what I wanted to do in my life. So, as I went through the process, I said I got to do something different. So I joined the organization on campus that helped me gain a little bit more perspective, helped me gain a little bit more confidence on campus. It helped me meet other people that I was on campus. Because had I not done that specific thing first, join this organization, the university, if you know about the school, is surrounded by the hood. So I could have easily just ended up smoking, drinking, hanging with the locals that was off campus, but I wanted to do something different. So that's what I said. All right, let me join an organization. So I end up looking at this one organization, a mentor organization on campus, and that's what started me on the upward spiral of doing better things with myself and better things with my life. So I did that. Just started noticing and learning more on campus. One particular situation that really got me on the path to wanting to really do better and specifically apply it to school and college was the fact that I had a friend approach me, say, you want to make some extra money? I'm like, yeah, what's good? What you got for me? Because I was broke, right? Broke college student. So he put me onto this network marketing company. And as I joined the network marketing company, I had to be successful in order to make money. You had to do certain things in order to be successful. So, they had me every week. I was on conference calls with millionaires. Every week I had to read a book. Every day I had to watch videos, listen to audio, listen to podcasts, and just keep listening to success in my ear to the point where I was making some good money on a weekly basis. So making like hundreds of dollars as a college student. So I said, I wonder what would happen if I apply this to school. So that's when I started looking and paying attention to other things on campus, like, I see this girl doing good with her grades, so let me see what she's doing in order to make sure that I'm getting these good grades. I noticed that she was coming to class on time. I know she always had her book. She would always be raising her hand. There would be people chatting on the left and on the right of her, and she would just be paying attention. She'd be going to the office hours after class. So I started noticing. Then I talked to her, talked to other students that were getting straight A's. I was like, got it. I know what to do in order to get better grades. I started talking to another student who was getting money on campus. So I talked to him, yo, what you doing all this money pulling out all these money, it looked like it was 20s, probably singles, but he put out a lot of money. And I was wondering, like, yo, what are you doing to get this money? And he said, right now I'm doing an internship. They paying me to do the internship. And I'm also getting experience. And that's when I really started learning about, internships. He was like, yo, when I graduate, that's it. Like, most students don't get an opportunity to get a job as soon as they graduate. He said, but they're going to hire me as soon as I graduate because I've already been working there. I've already got experience. So I'm like, okay. So that's when I really started learning more about internships. And then, like I said, join the organization, helped me get out there, get on campus more, and help me, do more things, lead community service events, lead, different forums and parties. And, so it was that type of thing that really helped me out. And all in all, as I started learning all these things and started doing them throughout college, then good things started happening for me. I ended up graduating my bachelor's degree, getting hired into a $21 billion Fortune 500 company, to where they also sent me back to state just to get my master's degree. And things has been good since then. And that was just my career in cybersecurity. After that, really during that whole process, I was still helping, with the organization, and helping students and doing different things. So it was to a place where I was like, all right, well, I really want to kick this mentor thing off, for real, and make it something official that I'm really doing. So that's how I really got into, the mentorship process and helping students. So since then, I've been able to, write books. I'm published. I've been able to do online trainings. I've been able to, do, speaking. So it's been a lot of different things that I've done even since campus and mentoring as well. So that's my background in a complete nutshell. So this program is really just an extension of me helping, me giving back, and me wanting to do something for students. Now, this particular one that you're in now, right? Like I said, this is a beta program. So what that means is there's something that I'm going to do for you, and it's something that I expect you to do, not only for me, but, for yourself as well. And I want you to expect for me to hold me to the highest standard, because I'm here to help train you. I'm here to help make sure that you spending minutes of your life watching this, that you're getting something valuable out of it, and that you're asking me things that's relevant to you, things that you want to go through. Because at the end of the day, I graduated already, right, with both my degrees. So it would be good for anybody to say, all right, I graduated, I'm done. But I decided to still come and do things like this for free, not getting paid, right now. Maybe I plan on monetizing it in the future, but right now, I'm doing it for free, to help. So I want to make sure that I am providing you as much value, and then I hold you to the same standard as well, as far as making sure that you actually get something out of this. Because the things that I'm giving you, what really makes me different is the fact that I'm practical. Things that I'm giving you is not just going to be just ideas that's just floating around in my head. These are going to be things that are practical. These are going to be things that, and ideas and lessons and strategies that you're going to be able to take with you and go back to your life in school and college and use it. Like, okay, boom, I haven't even been thinking about making sure my resume was on point. Or I had my resume, but it's not tailored to the specific job that I want to get. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that you're taking things that's practical and that you can use that in order to get into the career you want to, or get the grades that you want to get. So, and then also, being that this is the pre-program until we do the official one, either this upcoming fall or the beginning of next year, you are just want you to be able to provide that feedback on anything, feedback from how the program is going, how to I don't care if it's how the page look, I don't care if it's the format of these videos. And so it's just basically each and every week, just provide different feedback, and I'll give you multiple opportunities throughout that in order to make this epic. All right, so I don't want to keep talking too much. I want us to get directly into the training, because it's time now to really get the mindset that you need to get in order to make sure that you're going through school the right way. Because where many students make the mistake is they just go through college, and then they spend all these tens of thousands of dollars, and it was just me too. Like I said, when I first came, I didn't really know. I was just sort of trying to figure things out. But it's just sort of, they just sort of go with the flow. Hey, I'm here. Oh, everything is good. But they're not really being strategic in how they get through college. So many students, if you're lucky enough to graduate, find themselves at a place where as soon as they graduate, they don't have any jobs, they don't have anything to show for it. So I don't want that to be you, and that's really my main motivation for doing these live casts. So make sure that you're really getting something out of it. Now, what I particularly teach is a core concept called the graduation trifecta blueprint. And you may have, if you saw any of my other videos before, my trainings online, or if you part of the newsletter, you might have heard this before. The graduation trifecta blueprint, which is the core concept of what students need to be paying attention to and focused on while they're in college. What's the point of going through college, but you're not really optimizing it? You're spending a lot of money, but then you're graduating, but you're not, if you're lucky to graduate, but you're not getting into the career that you really love. Then you playing that 9 to 5 just to stay alive, 9 to 5 just to stay alive. You want to play that game, right? Because many people play that game all their life, and then they hate it. They get to the end of their life, and then they hate it because you might have experience in a bunch of different things that really doesn't mean anything to one particular industry, or you may have, a bunch of experience in one industry that you really didn't like that, or you really didn't enjoy. It wasn't your passion. So that's what we're going to talk about. So what this graduation trifecta blueprint consists of is 3 E's. 3 E's, right? Education, experience, and expression. So I want you to always remember these, because this is going to be your GPS every single day. You're going to wake up and you're going to think about these things. Boom. Graduation trifecta blueprint. Take some time and say, all right, what do I have to accomplish today in these 3 areas? Education, experience, and expression. Now, let me unpack these a little bit for you. 1, education. That's obvious, right? So if you're going through school, it's important to be able to, and I want to make sure that you see. So remember, first one is education, right? So you want to make sure that when you have to get yourself together academically. I mean, that's obvious. You know that grades is an important part of the process, but like I said, what really makes me different is the fact that many other people are teaching, just do good, get good grades, but the difference is they don't really tell you how to do it and how to think about it. And how I want you to think about education and academics is twofold. I want you to think about what are the things that you need to do in order to be successful inside the classroom, and what are the things that you need to do to be successful outside of the classroom. So inside the classroom, just to give you a couple, like I said, we only got 30 minutes, but just to give you a couple, what are some things to do inside the classroom that in order to be successful? 1, you need to make sure you come in on time, right? So you're there on time. Make sure that when you come, you're prepared, you got your books, you got your materials, everything that you need. Inside the classroom, you need to make sure that you're paying attention to the teacher, you raising your hand, you answering the question, you engaged in the class, you present, you paying attention to what the teacher's talking about. what else you need to do? You need to make sure that you're removing any kind of distractions from you, that to the best of your ability. You can't stop other people from talking back and forth behind your ear, right? Or people talking in front of you, but you can not pay attention to them. You can just stay laser focused. Or maybe you could try to sit in different places to make sure that you pay attention in class. Some of these things that I know you know already, but sometimes we need a reminder in order to say, okay, this is class. Let me pay attention to what's going on here. And these are just some of the things. I actually have a blueprint that I'll give you access to that'll really go through specifically, okay, what are the things I need to be paying attention to while I'm in class? Then we're looking at what do you need to do outside of class in order to be successful? Well, one, obviously, you got to make sure that you stay in school, right? So that's financial aid. What are the best ways that you can optimize financial aid and FAFSA in order to get the maximum amount of aid? So that's one thing you need. Also, you need to make sure that you have team members or students from your class. You got their phone numbers. You know who to call. You know who to contact when, you know, either miss a class or something you got to do. How do you get that work that you missed? You got to make sure you're doing that. Group projects. Get together, you know, and make sure you're doing those group projects. Two, make sure that you're also, you know, what are some good ways to study? What are some things that you could do in order to make sure that, all right, this is the most effective way to study, right? Because there's good ways to do things and there's bad ways to do things. And I tell students all the time that you always want to do what's winning. Like, what's the best way to do something, right? So, you know, just as far as studying, making sure that you remove distractions. You're not sitting in a place where, or you could be in a lab, but you try to make sure that you're not in a place that's going to give you too many distractions. You're going to try to make sure that your phone is not on and it's beeping, you know, every 5 minutes. You're getting a new Instagram, new text. You're getting, you know, you're looking at Snapchat and it's taking you away from your study, which means that your grades are going to go down. So it's important that you are doing these things in order to make sure that you're getting good grades academically. So that's just a high-level overview on your mindset. Like, okay, on a daily basis, okay, what do I need to do academically? So you could be thinking, okay, well, I got to study for this class. I got to make sure, okay, boom, I got this class at 9 o'clock. Let me make sure I get there on time. Oh, do I got all my books, my materials? That's what I want you thinking about on a daily basis. So that's education. Second one I want you to think about is experience. So experience is dealing with you being able to get the skills necessary that you need in order to get into the career that you love. So that's dealing with everything from, you know, what do you got to do in order to build your resume? How can you build that? First of all, do you know what profession you want to go into? Do you know what you want to do? Because it starts from there. You know what you want to do first. And then once you got what you want to do first, and as far as your career, whatever your profession is, then you figure out, okay, how can I take the description, the skills, and everything that they need, that they're asking me for in that that career and profession, and then how can I get those skills on my resume? So that's part of achieving and getting the experience part of the graduation trifecta. So everything that you got to do basically in order to get into that career that you want, you got to get those skills, you got to get that training, whatever they need, and then figure out a way on how to get it. So that means you might do an online course that has nothing to do with school. You take your own research online course. So that means that you might, you know, join an organization, fraternity, sorority that might be doing some type of volunteer event. So it might be doing something with another organization or another company that could allow you to get those skills just so you could put it on your resume. Because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of employers are not looking at paper-based applications anymore. They are doing keyword searches on the things that, on the job responsibilities that's most important to you being hired. So let's say it's for my industry, for, you know, cybersecurity. Let's just say you could be a coder, right? Or let's say you need to know a certain type of, you know, software program. So if they say, all right, you know, we need you to know how to code web pages, and you got to know C++ in order to do that, because that's what we use to code our web pages. Then if I'm looking, if I know that I want to do that certain profession and that they're looking for people who know how to code, and you also got to have C++, what I'm going to do is I got to find anything I can, any way I can to put C++ on my resume so I can know it. So that means, listen, I might do some self-study online so I can, on YouTube, and then learn how to code something. I might be able to take a training course or get certified in C++. So do you get what I'm saying? It's important that you're able to get those things in order to put on your resume. So by the time you graduate, you might be looking at this as a senior, or even if you are a freshman or sophomore, it's still good because now you have more time. But if not, you got to get that on your resume ASAP. All right. So also under experience, you want to be looking at networking. It's good to network with, if you're in an organization, fraternity, sorority, make sure that you're using everybody that you know within your organization. That's the easiest thing to do. First, and that's the first thing. That's one of the first things that I did when I really started taking networking seriously. Like I talked to almost all my bros in Phi Beta Sigma and in New Water and in anything that I was in. I started talking to the bros that I knew either had connections in the industry or I was already in the industry already. And that's actually what helped me jumpstart me getting into my first Fortune 500 company, Northrop Grumman, because one of my bros who actually worked at the company, he said, oh, you know what? I'm going to see if they got some positions open. Found out that they did, wrote me a recommendation. They also liked me because I had the experience and I was able to get hired making $60,000 right out of college because of that. So it's important that you're doing these different things. All right. So we talked about education, experience, and then now going into expression. And this is another thing that makes me different is the fact that we're looking at the whole experience, not just saying, all right, academics, or just get into the career that I want to get into, but also how do you have fun? How do you join different things that you want to join? So to me, I think everybody should at least join some type of organization on campus. I think you should join some type of fraternity or sorority because it's important to be able to have fun in college. You don't want to just go to college and not be able to enjoy yourself. So, some of the things that I really liked about it was, the fact that being able to have that brotherhood, that bond, being able to go out, do road trips, be able to, just have different experiences. I've never volunteered so much in my life, never did so much community service in my life until then. Been able to do so many forums and so many great things. And I think it's really good to not just try to do things by yourself or one or two other friends, but join something that really aligns with your beliefs, your values, right? Start there and then look at the people that's on campus and see, all right, if it's a frat on campus or a sorority on campus, you got to look and say, all right, well, I'm looking at the values of the organization. It looked like it aligns with my values. I'm like, okay, they do community service. They support scholarship and brotherhood and those different aspects. So I think I like them. Then look at the people that's on campus, because at the end of the day, those are going to be the people that you're going to be around. So you got to be like, okay, well, do I think I could click with the members on campus? And look at them. And it don't have to even be that. It could be a team. It could be any type of organization. It could be an academic organization, honors program. Just things like that. So, in a holistic scope, if you want to be able to go through school, enjoy it, go through it the right way, like I said, GPS of college, anywhere you get off track, it puts you back on, then you want to make sure that you're paying attention to these three things every day: education, experience, and I forgot to show my card, but I'll show it now, expression. All right, so do those three things. That's going to help you stay on point. All right, now I kind of went through those 3 points quickly, and I'm gonna unpack them each and every Sunday as we go through. Every Sunday is going to be at 4 o'clock, unless something completely changes. It has to change, or something that it's really hard for me to make the obligation to do this at 4 o'clock. It may be different. It may be 4:30. I might do it a little earlier, but the one thing that I will do, if the time or date ever changes, it's definitely going to be every week, but if the time or date ever changes, I'll make sure that I'll let you know that in the email. So I'll make sure that you check in the emails on that. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions on anything that I said today, feel free to ask. I'm here to help answer it. And until then, let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, so until then, just make sure that you stay focused each and every week. Make sure that you ask, you continue to be engaged, ask questions. Make sure that you're able to write your questions down. If you miss something on the website, you should already have your username and password. I'm gonna post this video. I'm gonna take this video down. I might leave it up on a page, but I'm gonna definitely make sure I save this video, and then I'm gonna re-upload it to the website so you can see it at any point in time. All right, so until then, if you missed it, or if you're watching this on a replay later, then you know, my hat's off to you. And just make sure you continue to grind and continue to stay focused. All right, so until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay focused, and feel free to ask me any questions at any time. All right, later.